Today's video takes us to a live stream where John Filax, or Felix, whatever the hell his name is, interviews Caroline of Fort Worth. And she talks about why she lost her teaching job. Oh, it's a doozy. Let's all sit back, watch, have a good laugh, and most of all, enjoy.
So, today we have CFW, Caroline of Fort Worth. If you don't know who she is, you haven't been watching enough auditing videos. So, Caroline, you want Carolina or Caroline? Does it matter?
I go by either one, Carolina, either one.
So, Caroline.
Women's Academy, hello.
Let me ask some questions. Where are you from originally?
I don't answer questions.
All right, everyone have a good day.
Bye. No, I grew up in Wichita Falls, Texas, which is like an hour and a half from here. And that's where that new kid, Wichita Audits, is doing. He's the one that has the headlines that say, 16-year-old auditor gets thrown out of library. 16-year-old auditor gets arrested. I've been trying. I've made a couple of, tried to contact him a couple of times, but he hasn't answered me back. I'd have to talk to his mother first since he's underage. But I wonder why his parents are letting him do this. Or do his parents know?
Well, why do you think he shouldn't?
Well, he should because he's 16 years old, but there's still like bad cops in Wichita Falls. There's so many bad cops. I have never gone back to do Wichita Falls because I know how dirty they are. And I'm just afraid someday that they're just going to, they'll really nail him. It's kind of
for his own safety, you mean?
Yeah, for safety reasons.
So you're from Wichita Falls, Texas.
Wichita Falls, Texas.
What got you into activism, so to speak?
Oh yeah, a lot of people don't even know. It also, well, see, okay, I guess I have to be honest, because if you're not honest, you get caught in a line, and somebody will come and take your channel down.
Carolina has a lot of issues. Too many issues for this video, for sure. But anyway, let's continue to listen in on the interview.
Okay. Be honest.
Really? Okay. So anyways, I was teaching high school. And I was the Criminal Justice Club sponsor. And my sister and I both had taken off work, and we were going to meet in a city close in between us to do antiquing. Because back when I was a teacher, I used to antique, I used to make crafts, I used to do this, I used to do that, blah, blah, blah. And then, but on the way to meet her, there was like there was police about every mile along the road. And I'm like, is the president coming? Because these are country roads. They're highways. Is the president coming through here? Why are all these police officers? They all got together, like 3 counties, all the county laws, all the city laws, all the state laws, because they had the grants to stop drug trafficking. And they were just randomly stopping people and forcing the searches. And I was filming. Well, of course, I was filming. And I got arrested. And because if you're a teacher, you don't have due process. And I had to quit. Until my case was, I thought, this is how naive I was about the court system. Because I told my kids, yeah, you always have to just go to court, just comply with the cops, just comply with them so you don't get hurt and figure it all out in court. And I thought I could walk into the DA's office and tell him my story and everything would be great.
So you were filming and what happened?
I was filming them, and then they followed me, and then they stopped me, right? And then I got arrested.
For?
They planted on me.
Oh, okay. So
they planted on me.
So that's what flipped everything in your mind. Like they did me wrong.
I mean, I was a school teacher with no record. One of the most loved school teachers at the school, because I was the teacher that would be the welcoming party for the new teachers, and I did the prom with them and the homecoming week, and everybody wanted me to be on their team to do the hallway decorations because we always won if you had me.
What did you teach? What subject?
I taught social studies and sociology, psychology. It was different every year.
What grade?
9 through 12. It was different class, all the time. It just switched up all the time.
I can't imagine that Carolina was a teacher. That district must have been really hard up for some teachers. And she can't answer a question very honestly. You notice she never looks at the camera. She's always looking away. To me, that's an untruthful person. That's a person who's got something to hide when you can't look at the camera while you talk. Yeah, and the cops planted some dope on her, huh? Really? Now, why would the cops do that? You have to think about that carefully. Why would they do that?
Right. How long ago?
I love teaching. But then after I got out of it, I don't want to ever go back. I never want to go back to teaching because
It's gotten real bad with the kids
it's gotten
nowadays.
really bad. And the big reason why it's gotten bad is, first of all, they can't read. But second of all, used to be in the olden days, you could separate the kids, like you could have a dummy class, a middle class, and a smart class. But now they mix them all together, so you have to make 3 different lesson plans for each kid. And so the smart kid's going to be saying, well, why does that dumb kid only have to do this, and I have to do all this? And how are you supposed to explain it? My daughters went to the school that I was teaching at, and they got you get a God, what was it called? It's like a plan. Your class plan tells you what you got to do for C, B, and A. My girls, they just went to the C level. Why should they do the B and A work when they can graduate with the C level? So you see what I'm saying?
When I was in school, we had special ed, and we had like a middle ground, and then there was the honors, what they call them, honors, the smart kids.
Yeah.
They take honors classes. They separated the classes.
They separated them that way. And you can't do that anymore. I don't know why.
How long ago was this? Was that your first arrest, and how long ago was that?
Yeah, that's my first arrest in my whole life ever. It was like, and arresting me for, and when it was time for my lawyer from Wichita Falls, he wanted to see the drugs that they found, right? Because you're allowed to look at the drugs and test them. They couldn't find them. Imagine that. They couldn't find them.
Okay.
They said that I had 0.025, not 0.25, which would be a quarter gram. No, 0.025, which is no bigger than a half of a popcorn seed, right? They said they scraped powder off my driver's seat. Now, everybody's done cocaine in college, right? All of us, right? If you dropped some cocaine on the floor, could you scrape it up? No.
This entire story just sounds made up to me. It doesn't have any ring of truth to it, does it, good people? Oh, well, that's what frauditors do. We all know that frauditors lie and they make shit up. Yeah, well, Carolina is no different. A school teacher, huh? Really? A high school teacher, no less.
Wait, and so, carpet.
Also, they're saying you had cocaine, and you're saying 0.025 of 1 gram.
Yes, not 0.25, which would be a quarter of the gram.
Yeah.
0.025.
Yeah, which is like
smaller than a popcorn seed.
Like chalk dust.
Dust.
And they didn't bring it in. They didn't bring it into court.
They couldn't find it, so they were just doing it because I was heckling, and I was stopping at all the stops that they were making, and I was telling them, don't consent to the search and the whole thing,
How long ago was this?
This was like 6 years ago.
So, during COVID, basically.
Before that, so
right before it.
Longer than before COVID, even.
Oh wow! Okay.
I'm glad I didn't have to teach during COVID either, because I don't like the computer stuff that they're making the kids do now.
Were you watching First Amendment Auditors before that?
Yeah, because I was the Criminal Justice Club sponsor. When we I was always mad because there was so much cussing in them, and I had to always fix them before I could show the club. But but you don't get due process as a teacher.
Who were some of the first people you saw or liked?
What? Oh, of course, James Freeman.
I
watched you too back then. That was before Long Island Audits. That was before, everybody. It was just lackluster, and I hated Audit the Audits because he was always going on the side of the cops back then.
I still hate him. And he won't debate me.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so
that's what happened, and then because of that, what happened was, as I started auditing because I didn't have a job, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, well, I'll just start
my. Did you lose your job over? Hold on. Did you lose your job over that?
Yeah, I lost my job over it. I had to resign. They weren't going to let me stay with the drug charge.
So they didn't bring the drugs in. So what happened with the case?
Oh, the case just got dismissed. And here's how naive I was. I thought I would just go in and talk to the DA and tell him what happened, and they would just say, "Okay, bye. You've never been arrested before. You're a teacher, blah 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 blah." That's not how it works, guys.
So let me get this straight. You were forced to resign from your position as a school teacher. Then the case was dismissed. So why didn't you reapply for your job or hire an attorney to sue to get your job back? You see, something doesn't make a lot of sense with this story. because most teaching positions are really good gigs. Teachers always want to say they don't make any money. I'm a former teacher. I can tell you, you make plenty of money, especially at the college level, but even at the high school level, 70, 80 grand, that's nothing to sneeze at. So there's something wrong with this story. There really is.
Not how it works.
It's not at all.
That was my rude awakening. Right there was that. That was my rude awakening. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that they were accusing me of that.
I posted a video. Go ahead.
No, it was just appalling to me.
I posted a video earlier today in my community tab, and it's the lawyers from Institute for Justice, and they really break down how the courts slowly but surely are trying to defend the government more than us, and how they just separate everything and compartmentalize everything. It's a wonderful video. It's long, but I listen to everything in 3x speed now, thank God. But
they don't want to admit they're wrong ever.
So why'd you lose your job if it got dismissed?
Well, because I was accused of drugs. So you can't teach with that on your record. So it took a year and a half for that to go to court. Right. And by that time.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So that happens. Then what?
And so then what happens is I start to audit in real life. And I don't know if anybody in here remembers my computer crime. Does anybody remember the computer crime? The computer crime was, so I saw these cars and I saw this bus and it said Tarrant County Jail on it, and there was rats on it. There was a building on the property. It was Tarrant County. What they do is, like, say you work for the county and your light switches off, you put a work order in, that work order will go to that building and the guy will come with the equipment that he needs to go fix your light. That's the building that I went in. I was just going to ask him, who's in charge of the bus out here? Well, when I walked in, it was 10:30 in the morning. Nobody was in the front office. I waited. I didn't hear any noise. I didn't even have my camera on. And then I walked back to the back. So I thought, well, maybe somebody's here, but they had a heart attack. So I'll go check. So I walked all in the back, nobody there. And then I went, ding! I went back to the front door, turned the camera on, walked in. Hello, is anybody here? And refilmed it, filmed the whole thing again. And then still I was there for like an hour.
There's a computer crime.
What happened was there was a computer in the lobby, and that's where the contractors would come in and use the computers, And I put a note that said, Carolina was here. I waited for you. And I put my YouTube channel up on the computer and I left.
Yeah, that's real smart. You're a real rocket scientist, Carolina. Unauthorized use of a government computer. Oh, that can get you in jail.
Right?
Yeah.
Because 2 weeks later, they're in my driveway arresting me for the computer crime, right? Which then caused the other drug one to arrest me too, right?
What? Wait.
Because I was out on bond. I was out on bond for the drug one.
Yeah.
All right. So
they put your channel on you logged on. Well, it was already logged in, right? So you open the browser and put Carolina in Fort Worth. I do that all the time.
I let it run, and left a note. And then they email me and they're like, "We're back. Come see us." I said, "Nah, that's all right. I already put the video up." and they got in a lot of trouble.
So what was the charge? So what's the charge on that?
Oh, that charge was, you're not going to believe this, breach of computer. Now, breach of computer means you go in and steal something. You go in and you move something. You go in and The problem was I was spending so much on the lawyer for the other charge. And when they arrested me for the drug charge the second time, the bond was $45,000 because I got arrested, right? It was 45. I had to go back to the first, because when you're on bond, you can't get arrested. And if you get arrested, you have to go back to jail and make the bond again. They raised it up to $45,000.
What year was that? What year was that?
That was like six years ago.
Breach of computer. So those kind of happen. Those happen within a year.
I go to court and I don't have a lawyer because they said, look, we're going to be really nice with you. We're just going to put it down to a misdemeanor and you can just go pay the fine downstairs. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. You guys are so awesome. I go down to pay the fine and they're like, that'll be $2,150. I'm like, what?
How much you cut out there? How much you cut out of there?
It was $2,150
for putting your channel on a computer.
Yes. Now, if I would have had a lawyer, I probably could have beat that case, but I didn't have the money for a lawyer, right? And it sounded like a great deal. It was a misdemeanor. Okay. So in the meantime, I didn't have the teaching job, so I had to go to work and I'm doing all these stupid little jobs.
You see, this is what we call the snowball effect. One thing leads to another, and before you know it, it's an avalanche. Well, that's what happens when you let your life go downhill and become a frauditor. Yeah, the cops planted drugs on me, Your Honor. I'm innocent. Yeah, the cops didn't plant drugs on her. Something else going on there. We'll never know because frauditors don't tell the truth.
And every time I'd get a really good job, 6 weeks after I'd get it, the supervisors would come in and fire me because breach of computer counts as a theft. So now that's a theft charge. Breach of computer is a theft.
But where's the breach? You didn't. It was already open and logged on.
But I pled guilty because I didn't know. I pled guilty to it because I didn't have. The lawyer wanted $7,000 to take the case, and they offered me a misdemeanor. I thought, oh, it's just like a traffic ticket. Okay, no problem.
That's an expensive traffic ticket.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be $2,150. I put it on payments and shit, and bothered them every time I came to make a payment. So yeah, but then of course the other one, the drug charge in a different county, it was a different county, that got dismissed at the end too. That got completely dismissed because there was no evidence. I didn't do it. There was just, you can beat the rap, but not the ride. That ride cost me. My house went into foreclosure. I lost my job, right? I got arrested again for breach of computer. All kinds of things happened to me that year.
Are you married?
Yes, I'm married. But we have a relationship where it's like, don't ask, don't tell. He does not come onto my channel. He does not look at it. I'll just say I'm going out. And he knows I go out with Manuel and Harvey. He knows because I'm always professional. You ask anybody I've ever audited with, it's always been a professional thing. We don't go drink. We don't go do anything but really work. It's work when you go out. So
it really is. People don't realize how much
that you can. Well, that's the only. Remember that one time I asked you, John? I asked you a question. It was about your wife. I said, do you have a don't ask, don't tell relationship? And you were like, what do you mean by that?
Oh, because I thought you were talking about sex.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm glad you answered me because some people might not have answered me and I wouldn't have known that I made a mistake with you. But because I texted you. Do you have how does I asked you, I said, how does your wife get along with you doing this? You guys probably have the same type of deal that my husband and I have.
She doesn't watch my channel. She supports me. We just wish I made more money. That's all.
Yeah. Oh my God. I was making a little bit of money at least, and now it's just I'm suffering. I'm suffering hard. Everybody go to my channel and buy membership.
Yes, guys, please support Caroline. She's out there, man. She's out there way more than me. So
now it's difficult for me to believe that these frauditors are not making money hand over fist. I know what I make on my channel, and I make plenty of money. So I know they got to be making way more money, especially John. He gets way more views than I get. Carolina, maybe not so much because her channel's dropped off quite a bit. Yeah, but man, these frauditors lie about everything. They don't tell the truth about a damn thing. I don't see how you could be married. They're habitual liars. How do they not lie to their spouse?
Dudes, even though I'm on paper right now too. Meaning I can't get within 25 feet of a cop. So
how long have you been married?
Huh?
How long have you been married?
How long have I been married? Over 25 years. Over 30 years.
Oh,
a long time.
What?
And the thing was, here's the problem.
Wait. How many kids you got?
I have 3 kids.
Okay. Now go on.
Okay. So I forgot what I was going to say.
You're on paper.
Yeah, I'm on paper. But if you guys look at some of the videos I'm doing, you're noticing the police are right there on me. I'm not 25 feet away from them. If they're dealing with me, I can be within the 25 feet. I just can't go bother them and get closer than 25 feet. That's because I'm on paper right now. I'm out because,
Good.
So here I am. See, I went for 3 or 4 years without an arrest. And now
false drug charge, breach of computer. Go next in the timeline, please.
Oh, okay. So then after that, I went a couple of years without an arrest. Oh no. No, let's see. Did I get arrested? Oh yeah. I got arrested a couple of times for interference. For Fort Worth, and the next day they would just let me out, PR, and just not even pick up the charges for it. That used to piss me off because I'd be in jail for 3 days and then get out and no charges brought against me. They used to do that for me.
Caroline, slow down a little bit, and you broke up with us. Slow down a little bit.
Wait, maybe I have some other things on.
A couple years go by after the computer thing, right?
Yeah. So after the computer thing, I got arrested a couple of times for interference in Fort Worth, right?
Interference, how?
What they would do, Well, one of them, one time this cop just walked up to me and said, quit interfering with us, and he just grabbed me.
Okay.
And the other interference one, oh, no, I'm sorry. I got arrested for criminal trespass when I wasn't even on their property, the property that he said I was on. Mm-hmm. That's what happened. And that one got dismissed too. It's like they put me in jail, right? And then in our jail, they make you dress out into the clothes and go up to the cell blocks, I guess, so that they can put a box on the cell block and get money for it, and then they let you out. They don't just open the door and let you out. You know,
okay.
I guess the cops, when they got there, they realized, oh, we don't have a case. Now they make shit up to give us cases. But before they
if you can't afford a lawyer and don't know how to sue yourself, which is next to impossible, you're just stuck. Like, I know exactly how you feel. Like right now, I want to sue people, and I can't. I don't know how, and I definitely can't afford a lawyer. But that's got to be the next step in this movement. We got to start getting in their pockets and start getting in their pensions or whatever it is that we can do.
Well, good people, I'm going to leave that right there because this interview is about 1 hour and 10 minutes, and we've only gone through about 15 minutes or so of it, and that's plenty for right now. I'll go through the rest of it, and if there's anything else in there worth listening to, I'll definitely bring it to you. But in the meantime, if you enjoy watching stupid people do stupid things on my channel, please subscribe because the world is filled with stupid people and they all migrate here to YouTube to showcase their hidden talents, whatever those might be. And Dr. Dave is more than happy to edit those videos and bring them to you for your viewing pleasures, no doubt about it. Please check out my other channels, including Dr. Dave Frauditor Terminator, which features the 4 fabulous fools of frauditing, including Love You Long Time Lana and Love You Long Time Goat Boy. Boom, boom. Oh, cool money. He love you too good, okay? Yeah. And then there's my other channel, Dr. Dave, Debunker of Frauditors and Subsets. Oh, there's plenty of stupid people over there to point and laugh at all day, no doubt about it. Yeah, these frauditors, I don't know, they just need a job, but they're too stupid to get a job. That's why they're frauditors. They have no education and no job skills. Cheers to that, sweetheart.
You call that a drive of shame!
Piggy loses qualified immunity for questioning.
Lock me up for what? You're under arrest. For what? For what?
You're under arrest. So are you going to identify yourself since you're part of this action?
Absolutely not.
Okay. And why is that?
Because you are not my dad.
I'm a member of the public. I'm your boss.
Second you walk away, I'm going to open that door unless you physically stop me.
Got it, I got it.
You guys leave, please.
Wait.
You're harassing me now.
No, I'm just getting a thumbnail.
I'm feeling very uncomfortable.
Is this a consensual encounter or is this a consensual encounter or am I being detained? Nope. Is this a consensual encounter or am I being detained?
You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. He can't press charges once he broke the law. I'm not calling no supervisors or yelling about anybody doing anything. Grandma got a mouth.
That has nothing to do with you driving right now with a suspended license. Okay, go ahead and step out for me, Josh.
Remember what his job is. His job is to arrest you, impound your car, and steal your money.
I have not done anything wrong. Oh, I have multiple diseases.
Do what?
I have multiple diseases.
Alrighty, so, yeah, they know who I am, guys. They know who I am.
There's an absolute freaking no way in hell am I leaving this property unless I am doing so under threat of arrest.
What's your name? Patrick Reed?
What about what my name is?
What? Don't touch me, bro.
You was dismissed. Are you his boss? Don't worry about it.
You can back off, dude. You are dismissed.
You're dismissed.
You're dismissed. You work for me. You are a public servant. You work for me.
I don't have to tell you my name.
What
my name's on my thing.
What if I can't read?
Well, then that's it. I ain't telling my name.
Are you a veteran?
I am a veteran.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, you need to start acting like one.
Yeah.
Quit making the rest of us look bad.
Do you have your ID on you?
No.
Don't have your ID on you? Identify who you are through a photograph, so I know who you are. Did you do me a favor? Put the phone down, put the piece of paper down.
I didn't commit a crime, so you're unlawfully detaining me.
That's fine. All right, just put your hands behind your back,
Excuse me,
please.
sir, can you please explain?
Please don't resist.
He's unlawfully.
He's a different department.
Please don't resist.
This guy's arresting me? You just admitted that you are touching me.
I said no.
No, because I just told you not to touch me and you said no.
You know, you're a big idiot.
Am I?
Why being difficult?
I have a right to be on a public sidewalk.
Where there's no signs.
There was no signs here. What are you talking about?
Assholes like you here.
You want to go to handcuffs?
Call your sergeant. Call your sergeant. I
Do you want to go in handcuffs to go to jail?
I dare you.
Violating my rights. Oh, wow.
Please don't arrest my dad.
This is a public easement, you dumb son of a bitch.
All right, watch your mouth. Stop cursing.
This is public. This is public. I'm on a public easement.
If you don't take a step back, I'm going to have to go hands-on because I'm asking you to please take a step back.
All right, then I'm going to leave. Actually, no, I'm going to stay here because I have the right to be here, and I have the freedom of speech.
This isn't happening. Not again. A recording device? No.
What I'm trying to tell you, sir. What I'm trying to tell you, sir.
But I'm trying to tell you, you need
listen
to back out of my personal space now.
De-escalation.
So now,
brother.
once you get in my personal space, I need
brother.
to create.
Stop touching me. Stop touching me.
Like I told you again, I'll leave once I'm finished.
You're not going to tell me what to do?
Right here. It
You're
says
not going to.
no filming past this point.
Let me ask you something.
I'm going to explain to you.
So I can't.
You
So
can
is you going to allow me to speak?
But you cannot reach over.
Is you going to allow me to speak?
No, I'm going to talk first.
Okay. Well, and then you're going to allow me to
You
speak.
cannot reach over the counter.
And then you're going to allow me to speak, right?
I don't answer questions, man. You don't answer questions? I don't answer questions. My house without a warrant. Yeah, you did.
This scandal. Don't put your hands on. Your phone will be confiscated. I can't film. No, you can't. This is my first right. Not in the courthouse. This is my first amendment right. Not in the courthouse. To film you in the courthouse. That's my First Amendment right.
How it works? You can't arrest me for resist. You can't arrest me for.
I can't arrest you for resisting? Are you sure?
No, listen. You can't arrest me for refusing to ID.
And you can't harass the customers.
Ain't nobody harassing anybody. We just got trespassed, so they can't put us in this jail anymore.
Hey, you gonna beat me up? You keep threatening me, right? Pull up. You keep threatening me, right? Pull up.
I got my book there, man. Go ahead. I'm trying to, but you have to let me, right? But you want to arrest me, that's what you want to do. Go ahead.
The camera's done. Now I'm in your face. Why would you hold the camera? Now I'm in your face, bro. What would you do? Why?
I said I didn't give you permission to film me.
Well, I didn't ask for your permission.
I'm gonna break you down.
It's my constitutional right. That's the thing.
I don't care what it is. It's a private road. Go.
Hi guys, First Amendment rights here.
Please get your hands out of your pockets. Don't reach in your pocket. Show me your other hand right now. Show me your other hand right now.
Don't touch me.
I ain't gonna touch you. I have no reason
Don't touch me. Step back. Step back.
Let's go.
Step back, coward.
Put your hand behind your back.
For what crime, sir?
Put your hand behind your back.
Step back, coward. Get back. I have a right to defend myself. I will defend myself.
This is a breach of peace. What they have committed calling you here, it's a breach of my peace. Falls under disorderly conduct. 3 employees I'm wanting you to arrest as of right now for my breach of peace. You're not doing that, I'm going to put them under citizen's arrest.